Hey y'all, my name is Lauren and I'm a legally blind software engineer in Raleigh, North Carolina. I graduated a few months ago from North Carolina State University with bachelor's degrees in computer science, political science, economics, and next month I start working as a software engineer at Google. Growing up, I had a bit of a complicated relationship with my disability. I really struggled with using assistive tech in public, and I hated asking for accommodations when none of my friends needed extra help with the same things that I did. It was also really hard for me to ignore the assumptions that people sometimes made about me. Sometimes those were very explicit assumptions, like being told that a math class was just going to be too hard for me because it was so visual. But other times those assumptions were a lot more implicit, like when the gym teacher would say, "It's fine for me to sit out today," or when we had an awesome guest lecturer come in, do a really cool science workshop, but they didn't realize they would have to teach kids like me. It wasn't until I was a teenager that I really started unlearning so much about what I thought disability was and what I had internalized about myself. I learned about the social model of disability and started to realize that a lot of that discomfort that I felt about using assistive tech, about seeming different from my peers, a lot of it didn't really have anything to do with me. Instead, it had a lot more to do with the assumptions people made about me, the presumptions about what spaces disabled people would be in, and how my white cane and I were perceived when we walked into a room. My first year of college, I started volunteering with a friend to teach Lego robotics workshops to elementary and middle schoolers. We ended up founding a nonprofit called Engineering Opportunity that runs STEM-focused workshops for kids and teens with a focus on accessibility. All of our workshops are completely free, and we use a combination of tactile, visual, and verbal learning techniques so that kids like me can learn about robotics and technology with their peers. In college, I also started studying computer science. As a kid, one of my favorite games was Neopets, an online pet simulator that, despite its many Flash arcade games, was primarily text-based. One day, I realized that just by changing a few numbers and letters around with HTML, I could actually increase the color contrast and font size on my store. I was totally floored. A small change instantly made my Neopets experience just a little bit more accessible for me, and I was ready to keep chasing that feeling of being able to create something that could actually impact others' lives. For me, chasing that feeling led to a triple major where I could learn to build powerful tools and understand data through an engineering degree in computer science, and learn how to design those tools and interpret that data through social science degrees in political science and economics. I fell in love with interdisciplinary education, becoming the president of my university's Engineering and Humanities dual degree program, doing research and internship on tech public policy and data communication, and joining a political tech fellowship. Thank you so much to Lime Connect for giving me this opportunity to share a little bit about myself and my story.